Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Talk Sports, Seconds Out, and Boxing News. Welcome to your call, Bethnal Green, London, England, United Kingdom, for a night of professional boxing. Avenge Part 2, brought to you by Mark Nielsen of Nielsen Boxing, in association with John Trethui of TM14 Promotions, and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Nutravita. Tonight's action is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your area representative, Des Reese, and your inspectors ringside, Dan Frost, Gary Madden, David Cash, Alan Spelling, and Nigel Thomas. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for our first bout of the evening, scheduled for 3-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. And now please welcome to the ring, George Luis Huerte Baleza.
Ella viene por ahí y nunca llega sola. Ella nunca llega sola. Todos los bandidos sueltan la pistola.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent to the ring, Kieren Keen.
I was so hard-headed at first. My grandma didn't even believe in me. I kept going though. All I can say is I told you. Jury at the bank now in the vault. You should have never doubted me. I'ma work to my last breath. I'ma hustle to my last breath. Yeah. Yeah, you should have never doubted me. The pain and the struggle followed me. My daddy never been that bothered me. And these cold streets made a man of me. Knew a time it'll come, they doubt me. Had to keep them OGs around me. Keep a young homie grounded. You never know where your motivation to come from. We do the most for these bras and pop shots.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds in the super featherweight division, brought to you by Mark Nielsen of Nielsen Boxing, in association with John Trethui of TM14 Promotions, and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Nutravita. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your area representative, Des Reese, and your timekeeper at the bell, Anne Marie Randall, and the third man in charge of the action in the ring, referee Rocky Israel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing the blue trunks. His official weight of 9 stones, 5 pounds, and 4 ounces. He is a veteran of 15 fights. Hailing from Mexico, George Luis Huerte Baleza. And his opponents across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing the black and gold. His official weight of 9 stones, 10 pounds, and 1 ounce. He has a record of 3 fights, 1 loss, and 2 wins. Hailing from Brandon, Suffolk, England, United Kingdom, introducing Kieren Keen.
All right, lads, you already know the rules. Above all, protect yourself and obey my command at all times. Now touch gloves and good luck.
Seconds out, round 1.
Radio there talking about the underdog. You know when you have those football matches where one team's meant to win but it's a local derby and you never quite know because someone raises their game. That's what we get here at the York Hall. You get the underdog that sees this as an opportunity and he takes it.
And when they come to York Hall, they are so hungry for it as well, Spencer. And they, you know, we've got so many fighters relatively early on in their career. They've got points to prove, just like these two fighters are doing right now. Nice shots being landed there.
Yep, Kieren Keen really has got something to prove. Lost last time out against journeyman Cole Sampson. We saw him boxing here last night. He lost to Max Schwartz. A very good performance by Max Schwartz that was, but yeah, big upset that was. Kieren Keen losing to Cole Sampson, and he will feel he's got something to prove. Started very well here, taking centre of the ring, dominating that space, working well behind the jab, and Beleza under a lot of pressure.
Beleza having a little bit of success, a little bit of counter punching when he gets the opportunity. He's definitely game, he knows what he's doing in there. Hasn't had a successful fight career thus far, but he's not come to lay down. He's definitely got something on his mind to counter punch if he gets an opportunity.
Well, Beleza is from Mexico, and we know how tough they breed them over there, so you can't really read too much into the 15-fight record, only 3 of those victories, but you don't know how good the opponents have been. But this is good work again here from Kieren Keen, starting fast in this opening round.
Even with Jorge's feet moving and he's staying out of trouble when he can, he is still looking for offense, which I appreciate. He's not just a guy looking at defense and be on the run all night.
I mean, his last win came by KO, so, you know, we know he's got punch power, we know he's got accuracy, and it could potentially expose any openings in Kieren Keen's defense.
Yeah, Beleza, as I said, will see this as a big opportunity. Coming over here and boxing at the historic York Hall will be something on his bucket list for sure, but that was a good start there from Kieren Keen. Losing last time out, he wants to right the wrongs of that, and he started very, very well in that opening round, dominating that centre space, working well to the head and body. Beleza, to his credit, he was coming back with some good shots, all still to fight for here in this 4-rounder, but Kieren Keen gets off to a good start.
This is an appropriate start of the fight night because last night we had a couple of fighters who were coming back from defeats, looking for redemption, looking for a fresh start to get their careers back on the road. And this is, again, the kind of performance that you want. You see Keen is getting his rhythm, he's getting his timing, he's feeling confident. It was a good first round. I think he's going to find Jorge in this round and start accumulating punches. I feel like Keen has the mind to get Jorge out of there.
And I think he's enjoyed it from the first bell. You can see that he's relaxed, he's putting his punches together well.
Seconds out, round
and
two.
A couple of times we saw a smile on his face.
Yep, he's going to be wanting to get back to winning ways, and it was a good start from him. Keen in the black shorts with a gold trim.
Jorge starting with the triple jab, got to respect that.
Absolutely, that's what I said. This guy's not come for the paycheck, he's come to win tonight. You know, that's the way that they fight these Mexicans. You can't really read too much into those records. Even switching southpaw, it tells you that he's building a little bit of confidence in there.
And Spence landing the lead left hand, which is also an impressive shot to land. I mean, if you're Jorge, what are you thinking? How are you upsetting the apple cart tonight? He looks like he's fighting like he believes he can win.
Well, of course he will turn up here because that's what they are. You know, these Mexicans are tough. So you don't read into their records because you never quite know what you're going to get. But one thing you will get is a guy that comes to win. They don't come to pick up a paycheck, these guys. It's a big opportunity for them. But Kieren Keen, he'll have different ideas because this kid's at the beginning of his career, 23 years of age, and he's going to want to get back to winning ways very, very, very quick.
I think what you can see from both fighters already, though, absolutely every single punch is landed with like venomous intention. You know, like, you know, he's not coming in. You know, he's not lining anything up. He's just literally going in with every single power shot that he can find.
Yep, Jorge Beleza, he's doing quite well in this second round. I'm not sure he's winning it, but he's enjoying himself for sure. Good right hand there from Keen. Nice little counter punch, and he's keeping the composure well here, Keen. Keeping the space well, just trying to get off with those hooks. Nothing really landing there.
Offering a little confusion with the switching, the back and forth kind of awkward shots. I expect Keen to be able to settle that down. He ought to be able to figure that out. Even with only 3 fights under his belt, it's not that complicated to solve.
Nice solid jab there from Keen. And the uppercut as well, just starting to find the range here in the second round.
What do you think, Spence? After taking a combination on the gloves like that, I would think Keen would be looking to counter. I mean, Jorge was still in range. He's losing a bit of opportunity here to keep Jorge honest.
Yep, well listen, Keen's just, he's applying that pressure and he's just trying to systematically break his opponent down here. But Beleza is one of those tough dudes that you don't break down easily, so you have to be quite creative in your work. That was a nice uppercut there, just missed Jorge. Beleza just looking out the ring. He's enjoying himself in there, that's for sure.
Definitely, and he needs to remain intelligent with the pressure he's applying. You know, he can't afford to get excited or lose concentration even for a second, because Beleza's punches could be really dangerous for him.
Yep, although he's got a losing record, Beleza, he can whack a little bit coming off that KO victory. Keen punches the air there. He's pleased with what he's doing. He's brought a good little crowd in with him this evening as well.
Jorge would have to sit down on those shots and be a lot sharper puncher, I think, to have one punch knockout, unless somehow one of these winging shots lands on Keen he doesn't see coming and he gets lucky spot on the chin. It's just, there's not enough leverage, I think, on Jorge's punches. I don't know how he got the knockout last time, but I don't think that'll be enough for tonight.
Yep, they'll be pleased in the corner there with Kieren Keen. First 2 rounds gone, and I think he's got them in the bag for sure. It's been good work. Systematic pressure. He's been working behind that jab, Ramrom jab he's been throwing there. He's landing a couple of good right hands as well. Beleza trying to switch it up, trying to be awkward, switching from orthodox to southpaw, but not really getting the success that's needed to win these rounds.
Jorge having fun. Keen needs to put some spite on these punches and limit those smiles.
You can see on Beleza's face, he's really looking for some power shots there, but he just seems to be out of range, and Keen's able to just land his shots and just move his feet out of touch before he comes back in again.
Yep, Keen seems to be in control here. He's controlling the space very well. He's making Beleza work just by controlling the space with his feet. And this is where he needs to just pull that jab down now and come back with his own jab, or set the right hand up as Beleza switched to southpaw. I don't think he's as effective in the southpaw stance, and this is where he gets the opportunity to close that space, move the feet into range first and let the shots go. Spending a little bit too much time looking for the single shot. He needs to just relax a little bit, Keen, and start letting those punches flow. These 4-rounders, they really are a sprint. You can't afford to lose a round. You give that opponent the opportunity.
Licking his tongue out, doing a little clowning, and then landing the big overhand right. You cannot let a fighter like this get that kind of confidence early. That's a problem Keen has created for himself.
Yep, little radio Raheem move there, licking his tongue, sticking his tongue out.
My tongue only comes out for the digestive space.
And we've got them as well. Freya's kindly brought those in for you. First time you've seen them?
First time I've seen them. Even last night was the first time I've even heard of them. I didn't know what you were talking about. Wow. And now I feel like it's become a staple of my life.
They're elite, let me tell you that much. They're elite.
She did bring the elite brand too. She didn't chintz on me. She brought me the top shelf.
Absolutely. Now enough of the chocolate digestive talk. Let's get back to the real action which is going on here. Keen just got caught by a jab as he was coming in.
There's a cut above the eye of Beleza as well, the left eye, no doubt, because of Keen's banging right hand.
Yep, good steady pressure here from Keen. Little clash of heads there, got to be careful. That nice right hand went in, followed by the hook as well. You always know when a fighter shakes his head to say, no, I'm all right, generally means he's been hurt. And I think that Keen senses that, because he just seems to be turning the screw here.
I'd like to see Keen work behind the jab a little bit more, just set that right hand up. It's there, it can be created, but you've got to set it up.
I don't want to speak too soon, but I think after that most recent loss, Keen is definitely making the statement that he was hoping to make tonight.
Yep, do you know what, Prayer? Sometimes a loss can be the moulding of a fighter. It's something that they need. They go back to the gym, they work harder on the stuff that they haven't been working on. They neglect certain things because, you know, they're having success with the jab or the right hand, and a loss can be a good thing for a fighter. And you can see that Kieren Keen has gone back to the gym. He's worked on certain areas that needed working on, and he's delivering a good performance here.
I'd say going into the 4th round, I'd like to see that statement be punctuated. He's having a good showing, but it's not a great one. On the 4th round, I'd like to see a dominant performance, work behind the jab, and land some of those big right hands back to back.
He's a hard man, Radio Raheem, that's for sure. You know what he's looking for. He's looking for the show real knockout.
Yes, always.
That's what he's looking for. Can Kieren Keen do it? Well, he's dominated the opening 3 rounds for sure. Beleza has played his part in this. He's been a tricky sort of customer, but I don't think he's winning the rounds, Prayer.
I don't think he's winning the rounds, and I think he's kind of getting a little bit messy. He switches southpaw,
Corners,
he looks a little bit off
10
balance, and you know, you can't do that in front of somebody like Keen, who is experienced enough,
Seconds out,
especially in the
4th
amateurs
and
where he's
final
learned his
round.
craft, to be able to deal with that quite easily.
Well, here we go, 4th and final round. It's been an entertaining little super featherweight contest, this one. Kieren Keen for us, winning the first 3 rounds, but Beleza making a good little contest of it. Great way to start a brilliant night of boxing.
As you know, Spence, I don't care where the knockout comes from. As long as I get one, I'm happy for Jorge to give me one of those awkward bolo shots and to knock Keen out if that's what it takes.
Well, listen, Radio, one thing I can guarantee tonight, mate, you'll get one tonight, because we have got an absolutely banging card tonight. We got some brilliant contests, and it is topped by Arnie Dawson going in against Marley Mason. What a contest that is. Arnie Dawson, the big puncher, 4 of his 7 wins coming by way of knockout, and Marley Mason, real tough kid who brings it and puts it all on the line. Stylistically, that one's going to be brilliant. And George Groves, Lucas Rowerig, he's in action tonight as well. Looking forward to that. And Dorian Krasmu, he's in action against Harvey Dykes, 2 undefeated heavyweights. And I would be surprised if we hear the final bell in that 10-rounder. But back to the action here. The super featherweights, Kieren Keen and Jorge Beleza are putting on a good little contest. Keen doing enough in this one to win it, but Beleza's certainly proving stubborn.
Well, he's a durable guy. He's a durable journeyman. Like you said, he's from Mexico. You know that he's going to come tough. He's going to be able to take a shot. And you know, Kieren Keen, if he wants to seal the deal on this comeback fight after a loss, he's really going to have to find the power and the accuracy in those shots. Can't afford to get caught with punches like that.
Yeah, we just need to see Keen, something else he can, a bit of constructive criticism. He's coming forward, his offense is good, he's letting the shots go, but he's got to remember that shots are coming back as well. So I'd like to see him moving the head a little bit more, creating a little opportunity, creating the gap, setting the traps as he comes in. But when he finishes shots, he needs to finish on a roll, not on the punch, because people like Beleza, they come straight back with punches.
It's easy in this round to miss it because he only did it once about 20 seconds ago, but Keen put out a snapping jab that popped Jorge's head back. That's the work that we should have been seeing from the first round. That's how you settle a fighter like this down and break through the confusion of the switching and the awkward punches. That is what was missing from Keen tonight. While he was winning rounds, I think he'd like to work on being more accurate with the jab and creating opportunities for the right hand.
And you can see his coaches in the corner, just as he was over towards his corner. His coaches were telling him to come forward and apply the pressure.
Yep, they're looking for that show reel finish that we was talking about. 10 seconds now left on the clock. The crowd starting to get behind Keen here as he turns up the pace here a little bit. Well, that's the end of an interesting, entertaining super featherweight contest to kick off the evening here at the York Hall, Bethnal Green. Myself, Spence Oliver, Radio Raheem and Brea in the commentary position tonight.
Yeah, nice busy start, Spence. A good way to get the night going. I think, again, a fighter coming back off of a loss, looking to get his legs back, getting his career back on track, is kind of a nod to last night's fight card. And then moving forward, all the fights that you listed, there is not a single one you can miss. you don't get up and go to the bathroom while the fighters are in the ring because you never know what is going to be fight of the night here. A cracking card at your call for TM14 and Nielsen Boxing. Can't wait to kick these fights off on the show tonight.
Yeah, well, anyone that didn't see the action last night, you can catch that on the TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel. And I suggest you watch the last contest of the evening, Ali Cordy versus John Marvin.
Ladies
What
and
a
gentlemen,
knockout
after
that was.
4
Let's get
rounds
the
of
result.
boxing, we go to the referee's scorecard. The ringside referee scores the bout 40-36. And your winner, Kieren Keen.
Kieren Keen gets himself back to winning ways. That's exactly where he needs to be. And let's hope we see him in action again very, very soon. Good effort there by Jorge Malaysia, as the crowd appreciate it, and a great way to kick off a brilliant night of boxing here at the York Hall, Bethnal Green. That was good. That was good. Commentary worked well there.
Kieren, so good to see you back in action, so good to see you back to winning ways. How are you feeling after that performance?
Yeah, unbelievable. So it was only a fight on 3 weeks' notice, so I'm happy to be back in as soon as I am.
What did you make of your opponent in there? He obviously came to party. How did you find him?
I enjoyed it, actually, to be fair. I was looking forward to getting in the ring with someone that's not just going to run away from me and wants to actually stand and have a bit of a fight with me. So, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Fourth professional fight. Of course, you suffered your first defeat back in June. You know, it's very early on in your career. How does it feel tonight, kind of building that confidence back up, and what are you hoping to do next?
Yeah, brilliant. I'm hoping to be back out again before the end of the year. Obviously, early in your career, you can't beat experience, so yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no, it must feel good coming back off that loss, you know, coming to a win as well, a loss that you shouldn't have took, but you did take. How did you bounce back? Like, how did you react to, you know, that loss and coming back tonight?
Listen, it hurt, but unfortunately it's the game we're involved in, so you can't go swimming without getting wet.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Kieren, the golden boy, obviously you said you want to be back out before the end of the year. What can we expect to see from you in 2026?
A lot more improvements and a lot more excitement.
Listen, we look forward to it. It's so good to see you back in action. Any word for your supporters in the building tonight?
I just want to say thank you to everyone again that come out to support me. Thank you to all of my sponsors. And most importantly, I want to say thank you to this man, because he's my number one in and out of the ring. So he's done a great job with me, and I'm back to where I should be.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Well done, champ.
Yeah, amazing to see Kieren back in action tonight. What did you make of his fight?
I thought it was a good performance. I thought it was a lot better than the one we saw last time. Last time there was something off. He just kept falling out of range and wasn't really able to commit to what he wanted to commit to. But today, I think he looked good. He had someone in front of him that was willing to fight back. He landed some good shots, and when he got caught, he didn't fold. You saw him screaming in there, saying, "Come on," and he's going through it. So I think he enjoys a scrap rather than trying to find someone that's moving.
How much do you think tonight's performance resulted in, obviously, you know, coming off of that loss? You probably feel that you want to make a bit of a statement. You want to impress the crowd. He had a lot of support in the building tonight as well. How much of kind of the power behind every shot that he was putting in do you think is accounted for that?
Yeah, I mean, coming off that loss, he probably wanted to come back and make a statement. He didn't want to just win on points or whatever, but I thought it was a good performance. But when he was in there, he was loading up a little bit too much and throwing some wild hooks. But when he settled and used his jab and just closed the distance with his feet, he looked a lot better. So I think that's the style he needs to go in with. But I get the pressure coming off a loss and the frustration that he wants to release, and sometimes it can make you box out of character. But I think he's done a good job kind of taming it down over the 4 rounds and getting the job done.
Listen, it was great. It was a great performance. We look forward to seeing him back in action.